love to movers and shakers, hard workers and those bread makers. Respect to hustling bouquet, reaching back and not forgetting. You stand strong, odds stacked against you. Before long, your change will come to. Your purpose greater than also. Stay focused, obstacles fall. Hey, I see you. When I think of strength, you come to mind. There's no greater power I could find. Hey, I see you. When I think of strength, you come to mind. There's no greater power I could find.
Hey, friends. Welcome to the Striving for More podcast with none other than me, Kamo. What is popping today, y'all? I hope everyone out there is having a great day, staying dry, staying safe. I want to send a shout out to Diane Starr for that wonderful musical selection entitled I See You. And again, custom t-shirt. I know y'all like this one. Custom made by Boss Drip. Let's get into it. We're going to start with episode 4. Okay, so today's episode is the topic, social media pros and cons. Okay. I know you guys are wondering what happened to situationships and relationships. Don't even fret. Part 2 is coming out. Stay tuned for that. Okay. Today we're going to talk about social media pros and cons. Okay. I think this is a very prevalent topic in today's society, right? Because just about everything nowadays is social media, right? Who doesn't have social media? Who doesn't know about social media? Who isn't on social media, right? And in all types of platforms, whether it could be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, it could be Threads. I mean, there's so many to name, right? So social media offers numerous benefits, including connecting with others, which we do every day, which you guys are doing right now because you're on here connecting with me, right? Assessing information and promoting social change. But it also presents drawbacks like privacy concerns, addiction, and the spread of misinformation. Listen, we're going to lock down on that, right? So let's talk about social media addiction, right? So like, have you guys ever checked out your actual screen time? Like how many hours, minutes, and seconds that you use daily on social media, right? So like, after we talk about this, I want you guys to go check and see your screen time, and not for the week, for the day. See how many hours you're actually on social media. And misinformation, definitely, because everything that I be seeing on the internet sometimes is just clickbait, right? Because then it's just false. It's just not true. A lot of people will make up some cool jazzy information, throw a picture in there, throw a title in there, and you got a post, you have content. But I always like to recommend that before you repost anything, before you share anything, before you just believe what you see or read or hear on the internet, fact check. Okay. Fact checking is extremely important. And I say that to say because if you reshare or push your content or build it around something that you've heard on the internet and it's not necessarily true, and that makes your credibility pretty low, right? And you don't want to get involved in the drama. So make sure that you fact check what you share and fact check what you choose to talk about, right? A lot of people might say, people like to debate things and topics and all that. I say that unless you know these people personally and you were there, nobody really knows the correct information, right? So you're pretty much basing your perspective and your opinion off of what you heard. You really don't know. So I tend to, I don't know, I just don't understand sometimes how people can stand 10 toes down on their perspectives or their opinions about something else or someone else when they weren't there themselves. Does that make sense? So a lot of these debates I don't involve myself in because it's like, okay, I have no skin in the game and it doesn't affect me and I do not know those people. So I'm never going to bust a sweat over somebody else's situation on the internet, especially if I don't 100% know whether it's valid, right? So the pros of social media: enhanced connectivity. Social media allows individuals to connect with friends, family, and colleagues, regardless of geographic location. Now, that is the best for me, okay? Because I have family and friends and colleagues and associates and college friends and graduate school friends and things like that, and they live everywhere. Like my folks literally live everywhere, and I love it because that always gives me somewhere to travel to, different environment, different places. And with that being said, if they live all over the place and they don't live, close to me, I don't get to see or talk to them every day. But social media allows me to be able to see them, feel like I'm involved in their lives through their posts, through their content, what they share, whether it be pictures, whether it be, a post, you know, I can say, hey, what's going on with you? Good morning, good night, good afternoon. How you been? It's stuff like that. So it's definitely good to keep you connected to your family and friends that don't live near you. Information access. Okay, we all go to the internet, whether it be Google, Safari, whether we ask an Alexa or Siri, right? I am good for that. I Google something at least 100 times a day. I do. Because I just want to make sure that I'm correct in what I'm trying to relay. And sometimes I be spell checking because I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes when I want to go write something, it don't look like how it sound, or I could be spelling it correctly, but I just want to check because you don't want to be posting something and somebody be like, girl, you can't spell. Yeah, you never want to be called out for spelling something incorrectly on the internet. They take stuff seriously on the internet and they will come at you. Community building. Social media can foster the sense of community and belonging both online and offline. So I'm thinking that means, I don't know, groups or people, building friendships, people having like-minded conversations. I know I'm really big on, and I enjoy like-minded conversations. Like if someone's on the same note I'm on, same page I'm on, and we get into a conversation and we're like, oh yeah, this, I like that, and okay, and I heard about that. Oh, you saw that the other day, cool. I love conversations like that. And just coming together, and maybe like creating events or something, or saying, yeah, I'm having this, thing over here on this date, this time, this place. Why don't y'all come on out? Let's get together. Community building, right? Social and political activism. Okay, there's a lot of that on the internet. Everybody sees it, or whatever the case may be. And everybody has a stance. Everybody is, rooting for and standing 10 toes down on their beliefs on something. And social media is definitely a way of doing social and political activism, right? Entertainment and creativity. I look at entertainment as you can go on the internet, you can watch videos, you can listen to music, you can see different content that people are entertaining you with, and then vice versa. You can also use social media to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? Well, quite like me, have my podcast on the internet so that I can entertain you guys and bring forth great content, information, and just chat with y'all, right? So business and marketing, definitely pushing your brands, pushing your businesses, pushing what you're working on, whether it's sales, whether it's music, whether it's anything, anything that you would like to market for yourself to put yourself out there. Social media is OMG, the place to be. Because in this day and age, 2025, social media is really where it's at. If you're looking for a plumber, if you're looking for a babysitter, if you're looking for somebody to paint your house, if you're looking for a yoga studio or class, where do you go? The internet. And it's right there at your fingertips. You always find anything and everything that you want on the internet. So that's definitely good for business and marketing, right? Educational opportunities on the internet, basically, I remember when I was trying to get my master's degree and I wanted to find, what was the best master's program for business, right? So I put it in the Google search engine, and several different options came up for different master's programs, and that's basically, education at your fingertips, and then it could be vice versa. You could be an educator and you're on the internet trying to inform and increase the knowledge of the people that are following you. So those are great, pros, right? So let's tap into a little bit of the cons. The cons of social media are definitely privacy concerns. I think that we all have experienced a time or two when an account of ours has been hacked, or a friend of ours or a family member of ours, you see little weird things on their page, or they're sending you odd friend requests, or you're getting weird messages, their page has been hacked. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of a lot of, cyber fraud, people stealing your information, people stealing your financial information, people actually stealing your identity, making duplicate pages, using your likeness, whether it be your pictures, your videos, or just becoming you. So privacy concerns is a thing that you will experience with social media. I say they have these securities in place where, keep your password up to date. Don't let anybody have your password. Log out when you're done. Just check who's logging into your account from different devices. Don't have your social medias up on too many devices at the same time. There's a lot of things that you can do to offset and help secure when you are online. And then there's I asked you earlier to go check your screen time to see how long you actually spend on social media every day. Now, for me, I can only speak for me because I am a content creator and now podcasting. I spend an absurd amount of time on social media. Absurd. It's absurd. I'm on social media from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And that is not because I'm on there trying to see what everybody got going on, or I'm trying to catch the latest news, or I'm just so addicted because I just can't not be on social media. No, that's not my reason. My reason is I'm forever and always pushing content. I am forever and always pushing content. I'm engaging with my followers. I'm on their pages. I'm commenting. I'm liking. I'm getting involved. I'm pushing myself to the forefront. As you guys can see, you're watching my podcast. So I have to always be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? If you want people to share, like, and subscribe and comment on your content and subscribe to the things that you got going on or support your businesses, you have to do what? You have to engage. You have to make yourself seen, make yourself known. Okay. And that's what I do all day. That's what I do. And work. I do work too, and my day job. And I take my time to make sure that I'm engaging with my followers. And when you engage with your followers and you push good content and you put in the time, energy, and hours, you gain more following. You do, because people like a consistent, engaging, active, personable, and likable person. And that's how you get followers. How you get followers and how you keep followers is basically who you are. It's not what you say, it's not what you do, it's not how you handle your followers, it's nothing. It's who you are. People will follow who they like, who they feel they can learn something from, who they feel like they can relate to, and who engages back with them. That has been my key to maintaining and growing my following on social media. I'm not addicted, or maybe I am. I don't know. But like I said, I spend an absurd amount of time on social media, especially Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Yes. Those apps are always running in the background. Mental health impacts. I can just only imagine the mental health of it all. Sometimes I will see things other people post, and sometimes you'll see things other people might post, and it's triggering, right? It could be triggering. It could be something. It could be something about you. I recently viewed a post that somebody posted about me. Yeah, I saw it, and it was a couple of seconds of, oh, really? Yeah, that's okay. That's how you feel. Great. But it only bothered me for a minute. Sometimes you have to just look at things that people say on the internet and just be like, okay, stay great. Stay great. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. We happy. You over there, I'm over here. You can say what you must, but it is what it is. Just try to just brush it off, brush it off. And what I have done for my mental health, I just stay over on my page, on my side, with the people that I engage with, that enjoy my engagement, and I no longer look at other things or look for other things, whatever, because those things are not for me. Okay. So that is the mental health of it all. But it does definitely have mental impacts, because you can, on the internet, I mean, a lot of people have experienced cyberbullying and harassment and things like that. And social media platforms can be breeding grounds for cyberbullying and harassment, and I think we all in this day and age are very familiar with what that looks like, right? So that's definitely a con of social media. Superficial relationships. Social media can foster superficial relationships and limit the development of meaningful connections. Boom. Okay. Now that is a great segue, right? Let me read that again. Superficial relationships. Social media can foster superficial relationships and limit the development of meaningful connections. Okay, let's dig into that a little bit. What do you think that means? That means that social media, it gives you access to so many different people around the globe, right? And you could be on social media and you could be having great conversations and things with people on the internet. It makes you kind of feel like you're close to them or you know them and you're enjoying them, right? And being as though that, that lifts up your spirit and that does something for you, it can sort of kind of take away from meaningful relationships that you actually have in real life, because the relationships that you have in real life don't give you the same high as social media, because social media gives you a variety, options, glitter, gold. It's like it just all looks good, sounds good, feels good, right? And everybody knows in real life you're not feeling those things every day, all day. You're having a regular life. You're going to work, you're cooking dinner, you're watching a movie, you're taking out the trash, you're doing regular things, right? And that doesn't necessarily excite you. But when you get on the internet and you see someone new or you see someone, giving you that attention, that, starts to circulate your endorphins, which can make you neglect or not prefer real life meaningful relationships. And it may cause you to sabotage your real life meaningful relationships, right? Because your mind and what's going on in your brain, and it's setting off sparks of excitement when you're on this internet thing and you have all these options and access and variety and all that. And it's okay. But I would just like to say, I'm going to end that with saying, not everything that looks good is good. And not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes your real life meaningful relationships are very, very important, okay? Because it's real life that will be there for you and love you and care for you in real life. Those people on the internet are on the internet, okay? They're on the internet, and we all know everybody can be anybody on social media, okay? So that is another con of social media. Superficial relationships that feel real, but they aren't. They're not real. They're not real. And they're not more important than your real life situations, right? So, social comparison. Okay, so that's basically meaning like people comparing themselves to another person. I'm up here, you're down here, you're here, you don't have what I have, you're not doing what I'm doing. It's kind of like, yeah, living like the Joneses, always thinking that a person is either doing better than you or less than you. And the social media always, leaves room for assumption because you only know what a person posts and everything looks good, like I said, but sometimes it's not so. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I don't take the time out to really, really care about what anybody else has or what anybody else has going on, unless I'm congratulating them, supporting them, or rooting them on. I don't want what anyone has, and I don't think that I'm better than anyone else. Okay. And I don't infringe upon other people's things. You know what I'm saying? I don't just unload my opinions on other people. Sometimes when you feel like you can unleash and unload your opinions about what somebody else got going on, that can really get tricky because that you got to know what's going on before you do something like that. Know what's going on. Okay. Not everything is what you think it is, or you might perceive it is. Just be careful. Be careful because that can lead to a lot of misunderstandings. I'll just put it like that. And the digital divide is the last thing. We all know what that is, right? It's like, oh, you people, and oh, you people, and y'all, and those and them, and women, men, it's all the stuff that I see every day in my timeline that I can't stand. Okay, one thing that I cannot stand is the digital divide of this group of people over here, this group of people over here, and they are going at each other. And they're right and they're right, and no one's wrong. Everybody's just always right. A person that jumps on the internet and shares their opinion about what other people got going on or what other people are doing or how other people choose to handle situations or what other people feel like they're always right. Right? And I just feel like if a person posts content that caters to what they got going on, whether they're expressing themselves, whether an experience, whether it's something that they like, that's what they choose to do, right? I don't think that anyone else has the right to form an opinion about what someone else is doing, right? Because why don't you just focus on what you got going on over here? Everybody has an opinion. Everybody is a social media relationship guru. So everybody has they're a professional on what women do, a professional on what men do. Is a divide, of course, between the races. It's just always a digital divide. There's always one group against another, and the internet and social media is a huge platform. I just don't really see that ever stopping. Okay. And with that being said, I don't ever see it stopping, and I don't ever see me becoming a participant because that's just not my thing. I could care less what somebody else is doing if it's not affecting me, if it's not changing my life in any way, if it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't really care at all. And I'm not gonna post a post about what someone else is doing on social media. I'm just, it's like whatever. The only thing I will post a post about is about something that has actually affected me, that I feel something about, that I feel will help someone else, that is relatable to my following, my truth. If you're posting your truth, then it's your truth. Okay, don't worry about what anybody else got to say about your truth. Okay, always stay true to yourself. Okay, so that is the digital divide. So I have shared some definite pros and cons of social media. Okay, although at the end of the day, social media is fun, right? You get to watch videos, post content, make content, see other people, have discussions, play games, do things like that. Social media, it adds a lot to your life, but social media also takes a lot from your life. And in my opinion, and for me and my experience, so what social media has added to my life is, I'm a content creator and I'm monetized. Social media definitely makes me money, and social media also allows me to promote my brands, my businesses, and my podcast, right? So those are definite pros to me, right? But on a not so great note, social media also caused me recently to lose a very, very dear situation, that I was involved in. It definitely played a huge role in why I'm no longer in that situation, right? And that saddens me, right? So it's like gains and losses. Social media makes me money, allows me to promote my brands and podcasts, but social media also caused me to, no longer be in a situation that I really cared about. But listen, it is what it is, and things, listen, God makes no mistakes, right? So pros and cons. And that's just a little nugget I decided to share with you guys, because I promised that on my podcast that I would allow you guys to get to know a little bit more about me. So that is something that I chose to share, as an example of why I feel how I feel about social media. right? So I thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in again, listening to this episode of social media pros and cons. I hope that you guys got something out of it. Again, I would like you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe, okay? So that you guys can see the upcoming episodes that is coming out real soon. So next week, you guys are going to get a treat because I am dropping not one, but two new episodes next week. And one will be part 2 of situationships versus relationships, okay? And then there will be another episode about what I just shared. So it's like a segue. Situations, it's a segue from social media pros and cons, situations versus relationships, and then there will be an episode on social media and how it affects, or does it affect, relationships. Okay, so until then, I want you guys to be good, experience good vibes, high vibration, and give off positive energy. Okay, until next time, thank you for tuning in to the Striving for More podcast. Take care.